The Man Who Grew a Forest, the unbelievable true story of Jadav Payeng, a world without trees. Imagine waking up one morning to find that the forest had disappeared. The rivers had dried up, the animals had vanished, and the air was thick with dust. Sounds terrifying, right? But for one boy living on a remote island in India, this was not a dystopian future, it was reality. Jadav Payeng was just 16 years old when he saw his homeland, Molai Island, being destroyed by relentless floods and deforestation. The land was turning into a barren desert, and no one seemed to care. But instead of giving up, Jadav made a decision that would change the course of history. He would grow a forest with his own hands. This is the incredible true story of how a single man transformed a wasteland into a thriving jungle, proving that one person can make a difference. A dying land and a young boy's resolve. In 1979, Molai, the world's largest river island, was on the brink of collapse. Located in the Brahmaputra River, this once lush paradise was being eaten away by erosion. Every year, floods swept away massive chunks of land, leaving behind a dry, cracked wasteland. The once thriving wildlife had disappeared, and the people who lived there believed nothing could be done to stop it. One day, young Jadav came across a heartbreaking sight: hundreds of dead snakes lying on the sandbanks, killed by the scorching sun. It was a moment that changed his life forever. If there had been trees, he thought, these creatures would have had shade and survived. He turned to the village elders and the government for help. Their response: nothing will grow here. It's hopeless. But Jadav refused to accept defeat. If no one else would act, he would do it himself. Armed with nothing but determination, he began his mission alone, planting hope, one tree at a time. Jadav started with just a few bamboo saplings, planting them by hand on the dry, barren land. Every day, he carried water from the river to keep them alive. It was grueling work, and the villagers mocked him. "Why are you wasting your time?" They laughed. A single man cannot grow a forest. But he kept going, day after day, month after month, year after year. As the bamboo grove flourished, he began planting larger trees: mango, guava, and indigenous species that could survive the harsh conditions. Slowly, the soil started holding together. Birds returned, carrying seeds in their droppings, which sprouted into more trees. Over time, an entire ecosystem began to take root. What had once been a lifeless desert was transforming before his eyes. A forest is born, and wildlife returns. Decades passed, and Jadav's quiet, relentless efforts led to something extraordinary. What had started as a few saplings had grown into a thriving 1,360-acre forest larger than New York's Central Park. This was no ordinary woodland. It became home to elephants, tigers, deer, and over 100 species of birds. Even rhinos, which were critically endangered, found sanctuary in Jadav's forest. But with the return of wildlife came new challenges. Poachers and illegal loggers discovered the forest and saw it as a source of profit. When Jadav found out, he didn't hesitate to put his life on the line. He confronted them face to face and warned, "You will have to kill me before you take my trees." Word of his bravery spread, and soon government officials stepped in to protect the land. Recognition and legacy. The world finally notices. For nearly 30 years, Jadav worked in total obscurity. No one knew about the miracle he had created. Then, in 2008, a group of forest officials searching for elephants stumbled upon the dense jungle. Stunned, they asked the villagers, "Who planted this?" "There is only one man who could have done this, Jadav Payeng." When the story broke, the world was in awe. Scientists and environmentalists visited the forest, unable to believe that a single person had achieved what entire organizations fail to do. In 2015, Jadav was awarded the Padma Shri, one of India's highest civilian honors. But even with global recognition, he remained the same humble man, still planting trees every morning. "I will plant until my last breath," he says. "This is my life's work." The power of one person. Jadav Payeng's story is more than just an environmental success. It's proof that one person with dedication and patience can change the world. He didn't wait for governments or organizations. He didn't need money or resources. He simply started with a single bamboo shoot and a dream. And because of him, an entire forest now thrives where there was once nothing. The next time you feel powerless or think your efforts won't make a difference, remember Jadav. If one man can grow a forest, imagine what we could all do together. So what's stopping you from making a change? Please don't forget to subscribe for more such inspiring stories.